medical checkup. Governor Wike denies borrowing to carry out projects. Police arrest Unilag student over murder of Super TV CEO. Senate President defends Nigeria's borrowing and insists Nigeria is poor. On the foreign scene, U.S. Senate agrees to $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. I am Ifiemi Andrew. President Muhammadu Buhari is due to travel to London for a scheduled medical follow-up. A statement from his office says the president is expected back in the country by the second week of July. This is the second time this year that he will travel to see doctors in the UK capital. He was in London for health reasons in April. Governor Nyesom Wike has denied borrowing to carry out projects in the state. Governor Wike stated this during the flag-off ceremony for the construction of the Trans-Calabari Road on Thursday.
People are saying I'm borrowing money. If I borrow money to develop my place, is there no offense there? Is there no offense? It's better to borrow money to do something for your people than to borrow money and put it in your pocket now. Is it not true? They that borrowed, did they do the road? If I'm borrowing and do the road, have I not done well? But in any case, I'm not borrowing money. It's a matter of how you manage the resources of the people. We have told you here, we are not borrowing money, we are saying, bank, take 1 billion naira from our entire general revenue. Give to them, every month, give them. We have no business again with the company.
Governor Wike also said the state government is not owing any bank for the ongoing projects in the state.
We are not borrowing money, we are saying, bank, take 1 billion naira from our entire general revenue. Give to them, every month, give them. We have no business again with the company. You were here when the government central bank came, you know, but where you said, look, this is one state that is very, very prudent in terms of management of their resources. So I'm not worried. I challenge any bank to say the United States government is indebted. The only money we took for agri, who central bank gave us 5 billion, as I speak to you, I have not touched 1 naira. The money is still there. I challenge everybody.
The governor also called on local government chairmen of the area to ensure the safety of contractors.
Please do not allow saboteurs, do not allow people who never mean well for you to come and begin to kidnap the contractors. All of you, bring out your youths. I've told the 3 chairmen, if this road does not kill them, they should make sure that they protect the contractors doing this road. They should own it. If I hear that the contractors are being harassed, if I hear the contractors that are pulling out because of insecurity, then it is you. So if you want to talk about road, please, tell all our youths, organize them.
The Trans-Calabari Road project, approved in March by the State Executive Council, will connect several communities, including Kakrama, Omekwama, Angulama, Minama, and other communities in the coastal area. The project will cost 13.6 billion naira and is expected to be completed in 14 months. The wife of the Inspector General of Police, Hajara Usman Alkali Baba, has condoled with police wives over the recent killings of police personnel across the nation. Mrs. Alkali Baba, while addressing the wives of police officers on a 5-day visit to River State, said several affected police families have been left in abject poverty.
Insecurity has become the order of the day, despite all concentrated efforts by our husbands to stop these ugly trends, namely NSAS, bandits, Boko Haram, kidnapping, and currently the IPOD issues. In the face of these challenges, senseless attacks brought on our police officers and men at the various police installations, they are killing them, destruction of police facilities, thereby leaving their families in total state of poverty.
She also assured the police officers' wives of the support of their husband's administration. Our correspondent reports that the wives of the police officers who died during the NSAS attack and 9 personnel who were recently killed by gunmen in the state were empowered by the wife of the IGP, while 4 senior female police officers were given an award for their outstanding performance. The police in Lagos have arrested a university student accused of killing Usifo Ataga, the chief executive officer of Super TV. Ataga was said to have been found in a pool of his blood after he was stabbed to death at a house where he reportedly lodges in the Lekki area of Lagos. The 21-year-old Chidima Ojukwu, a 300-level mass communication student of the University of Lagos, Unilag, spoke to reporters when she was paraded at the Lagos State Police Command headquarters in Ikeja on Thursday. She told reporters that she stabbed him thrice.
It was midnight, so we have drank and we have smoked SK loud. So I was already sleepy. And then when he came on second, he was violent about it. He locked the door. I didn't know where he kept the key. When I get to the door, he would draw me back, and that was what happened. The first one was twice on the neck side. And then when he dragged the knife from me, he managed to slice my hand. And then as he was holding it, the knife broke, so it slipped off from his hand. But then it was now weak, and then he fell on the floor. Well, while he was lying there, I changed, and then I looked for the key for where he ate it, and I let it go.
The Commissioner of Police in the state, Hakeem Odumosu, told reporters that the owner of the rented apartment where the death occurred has been arrested and held in police detention. Odumosu added that Ataga's bank account has been blocked to prevent further withdrawals by those taking advantage of his untimely death. Chidima withdrew some money from his account after his death. 2 students who applied for postgraduate studies at the River State University, Oruro, say they were denying their intended courses because the coordinator of the program died. The students told our correspondent that those who applied for engineering management and production under engineering were automatically switched to another program, even though the school has qualified lecturers for the now unavailable course.
According to the information we heard, they said that the VC has made effort to get someone to replace the man that died. That he has gone to other universities to look for a substitute, but for now he has not gotten. So that's why they have to keep the course on hold. We have qualified professors that can handle that course. Why not just give them, or even employ another lecturers outside for them to take on part-time basis, just for the course to stand?
The professor died, and then everything will close. That means if the VC should die also, that means everything in the school too will close. This is very bad. The program is on now, but there's no engineering management, no production.
Reacting to this, spokesperson of the River State University, Harcourt White, said the university will not advertise courses that are unavailable.
What they have said doesn't really make sense to me, that their coordinator died and for that reason they're not being admitted. That doesn't make sense at all. First and foremost, they have told you that we have qualified lecturers who can handle the courses. So the university has no reason not to admit them. However, if the courses were oversubscribed or too many people applied, or if you are not qualified, then you won't be admitted. The university reserves the right to determine how many persons they will admit. We won't advertise a course that is not available.
Embattled Yoruba actor Baba Ejesha has been granted bail. He was granted bail yesterday at a Special Offences and Domestic Violence Court in Ikeja, Lagos, on the grounds that it was part of his fundamental human rights. Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo said the surety must be a resident of Lagos with visible house address and payment of 3 years' tax. The actor is facing charges bordering on rape, sexual assault, and abuse of a minor. Still ahead, UNDP predicts over 1 million persons likely to die from Northeast crisis. Stay tuned. The United Nations Development Programme UNDP has projected that over 1.1 million persons are likely to die from the crisis in the northeast region of Nigeria. UNDP Country Director Mohammed Yahaya gave the figure in a report on the impact of the insurgency in the region presented in a virtual meeting on Thursday in Abuja. According to Yahaya, at least 35,000 people have been killed directly by the insurgents, while 350,000 have died indirectly as a result of the crisis.
Each direct deaths in the northeast, 9 others die indirectly. Essentially, what you see in the direct death does not show the indirect death of each individual's death. So, for example, here we say 1 in 9. This is what the report finds out in terms of direct deaths. And if everything remains constant, by 2030, more than 1.1 million northeastern Nigerians will have been directly or indirectly lost their lives because of the conflict.
He says the conflict has kept almost 2 million children in the northeast out of school.
1.8 million children who will have been enrolled in school today are not because of the conflict. 81% of people in Yobe, 64% of people in Borno, and 60% in people in Adamawa suffer from multidimensional poverty, which is directly related to continued insurgency.
However, Vice President Professor Ifiemi Oshibajo says the federal government is intensifying its response to the nation's security challenges. Professor Oshibajo stated this when he received guests at the presidential villa in Abuja. He listed the recent supplementary budget sent to the National Assembly on enhancing the capacity of the military and other security agencies as part of the effort. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts has summoned the Minister of Transportation, Chibike Amechi, over alleged non-remittance of over 1 billion naira revenue generated by some parastatals under his ministry as at December 31, 2016. The directive was given yesterday in Abuja following the refusal of the minister and officials of the NPA and the Nigerian Railway Corporation to respond to audit queries by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation. The minister is expected to appear before the committee on July 8, 2021. Senate President Ahmed Lawan has explained why the Nigerian government will continue to borrow to fund critical projects in the country. Speaking to State House correspondents on Thursday after meeting with the president, he said borrowing responsibly is the only way out for now because Nigeria is poor.
We will not be frivolous and we will not take it lightly to just approve any loan. And our options are really very limited as a country. Nigeria is poor. We shouldn't deceive ourselves. Nigeria is not rich. Given the circumstances we live in, given the challenges we have, our resources are so low, our revenues are so low. You cannot, in my view and judgment, tax Nigerians further for you to raise the money for infrastructure development. Other countries do that, but the only option left is for us to borrow.
The Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, says over 400,000 Nigerians have received 60,000 naira as part of the Special Public Works program launched in 2021 by the federal government. Keyamo, at the weekly ministerial media chat at the State House on Thursday, said the scheme has seen 413,630 persons paid 60,000 naira each. He explained that some payments that have bounced back are owing to BVN challenges.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
The U.S. Senate has agreed to a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill in what could herald a legislative victory for President Joe Biden. The 8-year plan includes funding for roads, bridges, the power grid, public transport, and the internet. At the White House on Thursday, Mr. Biden praised a group of 5 Republican and 5 Democratic senators whom he met earlier and promised the package would generate millions of jobs. On the news this morning, you heard that President Buhari would leave for London today for medical checkup. Governor Nyesom Wike has denied borrowing to carry out projects in the state. The police have arrested a UNILAG student over the murder of Super TV CEO. Senate President defending Nigeria's borrowing, insisting that Nigeria is poor. On the foreign scene, you heard that the U.S. Senate has agreed to a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. The news is edited by Enoho Ugbevire. Contact our newsroom at 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Ifiemi. Good morning again, and thank you for your time.